So this is Baruch Fleischman here at the Tikkun Elevator Kollel, and yesterday in the shir that was number 17, we got into the concept of the eyes of Rachel. And the first the statement of, of the Rav was that during the entire davening of the night prayer, the Arvit, it has to be done with your eyes closed. It's not so easy if you're using Rosh Sitter, so you make accommodations. But the basic idea is that. And then he adds another idea. This is a real secret that he wants to go after. He wants to go after the concept of Rachel Imenu. Now, how she's created, actually, if you listen to the shir tomorrow, it's going to be really secret shir in the Idra Zuta. So I don't know if it's tomorrow or when it's coming up, but there's a tremendous secret over there, exactly how this creation process comes about. That is specifically the creation of the Nukva, the Zeranpin, or Malchus, or the Shechina, all different kinds of words we use for it. Now, what I'd like to point out right here before we get into the next shir is let's pretend, notice how beautifully I draw, and I really apologize, that this concept represents Zeranpin. So this drawing that I made represents Zeranpin. And if we said like this would be the Rosh Zeranpin, and this part here would be the Toch Zeranpin, and this part would be the Sofa Zeranpin, and this would be called the Chabad Chagat Nai. So the question is where exactly is the Nukva the Zeranpin developed? And it comes over here to tell you that, let's say that this is the chest right here, called the Chaza in Hebrew, that she's right here. This is her natural place. So yesterday, in the shir that we learned on number 17, we pointed out that Rachel has no eyes. And the reason why she has no eyes is because she's not lined up next to the place of transportation of oros, or different kinds of lights, from Zer Anpin to, this is of course, Malchus, right? Or the Nukva, the Zer Anpin. And that's where she is. This is his front, right? And this is his back. So she's on his back from his chest going downwards. Now, let's see, she has no eyes because the eyes of Zer Anpin are up here, and she's not there. So that's what the Zohar said, not the Rav said last time. Let's go on and see how it expands out. So this brings us over to number Mem Aleph. And of course, you know that we're putting this on video so that for either now or future generations, and we should that, other people will pick this up along the line. Be able to learn it yourself. That's the whole idea. To bring the idea to you so you could read it, you could learn it, you could learn the language of the Rav. So here we go, the holy, holy, holy ARI Kodesh. Number Mem Aleph, about Leah. But let's talk about Leah. Now, wait a minute. Where is Leah? Well, Leah is a part that is associated with the backside of Bina. And this is where Leah is located. Okay? So Leah, the parts of called Leah, and her sister Rachel are lined up on the back of Zer Anpin, but Leah is up here. Let's see what else he's got to say about this lesson in spiritual anatomy. So going on, he says, Aval Leah yesh lo anayim, but Leah has eyes. Besod be'enei Leah rakos, because there it says that the eyes of Leah are weak. Lefi shemakom Leah, and what's the reason for that? Because the place where Leah exists, Hulamala, is up above Rachel, opposite a place where from the light from the eyes of Zer Anpin can shine to her. But Makom Resha Dezah, she's by the head of Zer Anpin, Asher Sham Yesh Bechinas Anayim de Zer Anpin, because there is a concept of eyes for Zer Anpin. Umisham Holechas HaRasam, so therefore all the light that coming from those eyes, he said, Nemshechas Beleah Asher He Kenegdam, because she's in this, they all flow over to Leah, because she's opposite them. And as a result of the light coming from the eyes of Zer Anpin, as I said, it builds up the aspect of eyes for Leah. Masha Ein came by Rachel Tachtana, which is not the case by Rachel, because Rachel is down here, right? Not near the Rosh. We'll call this the head, right? Of Zer Anpin. This is Zah. This is his Nook. So Rachel is down here. Leah is up there. Let's move on. So he says, She'ein ba b'kein Rachel b'tachtoina, v'lechein kosev yachas einayim b'leah. So therefore, this is the reason why the Torah relates the eyes belonging to Leah, v'lo b'Rachel, but not in Lachel koshamarnon be'evachisha mashenei, like we had said before, ve'ene Leah rakos. Now, rakos should mean soft or weak. So let's see, what does he mean? He says, if we get some help on this, as we look at this, is the fish apashtos. So according to the simple explanation, mashma the mashin emba ve'ene Leah rakos, where it says this phrase that the eyes of Leah are soft or weak, who griusa. This is said there's something negative about it. Why? Leah yeshlo likui be'inayim. She has been struck. She has something that has struck her eyes, hurt her eyes. Ve'emesh be'oime ka'inis. But the truth is, now let's hear this. If you really get into the depth of this idea, Mefarish Hara, the Rav is explaining this. The Mashna Ember on Leah, that what's it said about Leah, be'eni Leah rakos, where the eyes are weaker, Leah, hu legalo shaleah yesh lo be'bechinas denayim, is one, to tell us that Leah has eyes. V'lamaliyusa al Rachel, which is a higher level than Rachel has, she'ein lo enayim klal, who has no eyes at all. Now understand this, that Rachel is considered to be the Akeres Abayis. She is the ikar of the feminine aspect, not Leah. But Rachel was saying over here has no eyes. Leah has eyes, but he says they're weak. He says Leah and because the place of Leah is up above the chaza, above that, in a place near the head of Zeranpin. The kach, so therefore nikroim einaho rakos. So therefore they're called rakos. What's pshat and rakos? The muvanu that we understand from this, shehem rakos neged b'pechinas anayim shel zer anpin. When you look at them in relationship to the eyes of zer anpin, which is the normal man concept, that this is what a human being is like, or this concept, let's see what he said, just translated. He said, neged bechinas einayim shel zer anpin. If you compare her eyes to those of zer anpin, she'einacho cholashos, her eyes are weak. Me'ene zer anpin, if you compare them to the eyes of zer anpin, atzmo himself. Now let's just read the top part of this, because we're running out of time, and we still have a little bit more time, and before we get into the tiv, we'll read the Rav. So it says, Amna barachel hizkir hayofi, that he mentions over there by Rachel her beauty. Commotion amba barachel chayse yafet tova v'yafes mara. So it says two different areas in which she was very pretty. V'lo b'Leah, but doesn't mention that kind of language at all by Leah. V'chatamhu, what's the reason? Levisha Leah hi lamala, because Leah is up above. What difference does that make? B'makom kisvoya oros. Oh, we didn't say that. So maybe this is another answer, so we'll try to understand this better. It says that the lights that come through the yesod of Abba v'Ima, or Ima particularly, and are revealed below the chaz of Zer Anpin, he said those lights, when they're up above the chaz of Zer Anpin, and I'll show you on the drawing again, they're closed up. So let's try to understand what this means. It means, let's take this, let's pretend this arrow is the shefa that is coming from Ima into the head of Zer Anpin. And it goes down to Zer Anpin until it reaches her yesod, extends itself from up here all the way down to his chest. And at the chest it opens. And comes out from it the 5 chesadim and the 5 gevuros. They're going all the way down to the bottom. This is where Malchus is located. Let me see if I can get that up. Okay, so it's not a great drawing, but if you followed along with me, you see how the mochin are coming in, but the yesod of Ima only reaches to the chest, and then it opens up, and the chesadim and the gevuros come out. Now that's something we just have to know, is that how that works. And let me see let me put this on hold again so I can find my place. 1 second. So I'm going to pick us up from right this place here, and it says, Rachel hi lamata min hachaza. She's below the chaza, which is the area we call the gilui, where the lights come out. Asher Sham Hu Gilui Oros Chasadim. This is where, whoops, I can't see it. This is where the lights of the Chasadim Besoch Zer Anpin are revealed. Ki Sham Nistayim Yisod De'ima, because as I had said in my description of the drawing, this is where the Yisod of Ima stops. Hamalvish Mechasech Chasadim, she has within her these Chasadim. V'oz ha'oros ha'chem ha'magulim, so therefore these lights which are now revealed, me'irim bo mi'afem osa, they shine into her and they make her beautiful, but they don't give her eyes. That's for Leah. This is Baruch Fleischman. This is shir number 18 of the Tikkun Elevator Kollel on the changes in tefilah from the Rabbah Kodesh, the Holy ARI.